While de Beauvoir purchased the Machinima.com URL in 2005, he did not focus much on it until YouTube began to take off in late 2006 into 2007 when Google acquired the site.
So lots gone on, and now you're at Machinima. Give me the elevator pitch for Machinima.
Well, Machinima is actually real-time content created from real-time game engines, and so it's a term that's a combination of machine and cinema that was coined by people that started doing this in the early days of the movement. And Machinima.com is a URL, is essentially a brand that I acquired in late 2004, early 2005, with the idea that we could build something interesting out of it. And then ultimately we went to, on YouTube and built, a really large-scale community of video game enthusiasts.
At that time, the LA-based Machinima Incorporated began to upload game trailers and short machinima films, with the first being MMO Movie Trailer on September 10th, 2007.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
You killed my father. Prepare to die. You shall not pass.
This summer, see the world's favorite movies.
I'm the king of the world.
And the world's most popular video game.
Warcraft!
As you've never seen them before.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your epic mouth.
About a month later, on October 26, 2007, Machinima.com produced its first in-house news show called Inside Halo. The show was originally created by a man who went by Soda God, and yes, you guessed it, was all about Halo. The well-received series was made using the Halo game engine, talked about any Halo news, and showcased Halo gameplay.
I'm driving at the idea of a show, a reliable source for breaking news, tips from pro players, everything related to Halo 3. A show that'll give us a heads up from time to time on exciting events unfolding within the growing community. A show that will redefine your life. This is that show. This is Inside Halo.
The show would later be called Inside Gaming and shifted its Halo focus to anything and everything gaming. It is now hosted by Adam Kovic, or the Dead Pixel as he's also known by, and is featured daily on the Machinima network.
Are you gonna wear the hat or what?
I know it's Sonic's little birthday or whatever. He's like, God, for the love of Jesus loving.
Look at it, it's perfect!
This is.
Yay!
I'm a journalist.
As time went on, Machinima.com continued to grow by uploading to their YouTube channel. They picked up hit series like Freeman's Mind, made by Ross Scott, a machinima based around the thoughts of Gordon Freeman, the main character of the game Half-Life.
A research facility is an equal opportunity employer.
Man, they're still talking about hiring? I guess my cousin Jesse needs a job. If only he wasn't a sex offender. It'd be so much easier to find something for him.
And Arby and the Chief, a hybrid machinima live-action series made by Digital Fear.
What are you?
I are die, who can teach you lesson.
Hey, stop being AFK, we need help.
I are sorry.
On December 7th, 2009, Machinima decided to expand and create a new YouTube channel to focus strictly on gameplay and online multiplayer. They called the channel Machinima Respawn. Respawn meaning when a player is killed in a game and reappears.
If you're watching this, then you have found your way to Machinima Respawn, which is our new
YouTube channel that focuses on kick-ass gameplay. We're gonna have your parents' wedding is gonna be on here, and bar mitzvahs, and amateur porn. Nah, we're not gonna have bar mitzvahs.
The channel was created as this idea of gameplay commentary was gaining popularity on YouTube. Players were recording their gameplay and providing voiceover on game strategy and pretty much anything else, almost like a video blog over game footage. Machinima Respawn began sponsoring these video makers and allowed them to post on their channel, the first contributor being Anthony, or Blame Truth as he is known on YouTube.
Alright guys, I'm going to bring you a tutorial, so to speak, of Call of Duty 4 multiplayer. And why am I doing this? Just basically because I'm bored. I don't really play COD 4 that much anymore, maybe once a week, so I'm not really shilling out games like I used to, but hopefully I can do this and maybe help some people who are struggling on this game.
Respawn also began a weekly show updating viewers on videos of the past week, hosted by the hilarious Scott Robinson, aka Mr. Sark, who actually worked for the TV channel G4 on a show called X-Play.
Hey X-Players, Mr. Sark here in X-Play's Game Lab. Dust off your Halo 3 discs. This week's challenge is called Sark Heart, and it's going down on the dunes of Sandtrap.
In the pilot episode, Mr. Sark would give the channel's first shout-out to two video makers named Sean Hutchinson and Adam Montoya, or Hutch and Cnanners as they go by on YouTube.
So if you've been watching Call of Duty videos, you're probably familiar with Hutch and Cnanners. Both of them are stone cold killers. Cnanner is like Mr. Rogers if he was a murderer.
This is worth noting because not too long later, Hutch and Cnanners would be hired full-time by Machinima Incorporated, move out to LA, and co-host Respawn with Mr. Sark.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Respawn. I'm Mr. Sark, and I'm joined by these dudes. Hutch, Cnanners.
The channel was a huge success, and one of the fastest to hit 1 million YouTube subscribers. This opened the door to expand further and create new channels, Machinima Realm, a home for role-playing games like World of Warcraft, and Machinima Sports, which obviously would be for sports games. The network has quickly become the hub for gaming content on YouTube, with 2.3 billion video views in 2010 alone. They feature exciting gameplay, provide daily gaming news updates, bag exclusive interviews with game developers, and make sure to attend all the major gaming conferences. They even live-streamed the entire 2011 Electronics Entertainment Expo from their booth for the fans. With just over 100 employees producing around 20 in-house shows, and hundreds of other gamers, or as Machinima refers to them as directors, contributing their own unique content, Alain de Beauvoir has scored an absolute hit with Machinima Incorporated. According to an article by Sarah Lacey on TechCrunch.com, in addition to what Machinima makes from advertisements, de Beauvoir has raised $15 million in 2 rounds of funding from investment companies, MK Capital and Redpoint Ventures. In the same article, Sarah Lacey says that de Beauvoir isn't into Machinima being the next Facebook. He wants it to be the next iteration of Rolling Stone magazine or MTV. He wants it to appeal to more than just the hardcore gamers. With that being said, we've spoken about the past and present of Machinima. Let's talk about its future. Obviously, these are just my thoughts and opinions. So what's the next step for Machinima? Some would say because they produce video content, it would only make sense to expand to a television network. Well, while I suppose it's not the craziest idea, it's probably not a very good one. Machinima's content, I guess aside from gaming-related news, only appeals to the hardcore gaming and Machinima film crowd. Someone not in the know probably wouldn't enjoy an episode of Freeman's Mind or a Tips and Tricks Call of Duty video quite as much as I, or maybe even some of you watching would. Let's take the TV channel G4 for example. Originally, the network was all about gaming, with shows like Arena and Cheat.
Welcome to Arena, everyone, the show that turns multiplayer games into a competitive sport.
It seems that many of you don't like zombies. Here's how to kill them by the dozen in Dead Rising.
Once they realized they were only appealing to an extremely small audience, they changed their format. Now, the only gaming show that remains is the games review show X-Play I mentioned earlier when talking of Mr. Sark. The rest of the programming revolves around reruns of Cops and other ridiculousness. Another example was the CGS, or Championship Gaming Series. It was founded in 2007 and owned and operated by DirecTV. It was a series that showcased competitive gaming on DirecTV's exclusive channel, The 101. Early on, the ratings were positive, but they dropped off rather quickly, and the show was cancelled after its second season.
Y'all ready for this?
The Championship Gaming Series is the only worldwide professional gaming league, with teams based in cities around the world with full-time GMs, full-time players, and unprecedented global television coverage to over 350 million people worldwide. Launched in April of 2007, CGS is backed by 3 of the largest media companies throughout the world. CGS is the first truly global sports league with 18 teams worldwide. Each team is made up of 10 players specializing in 4 different games. Dead or Alive 4, FIFA 07, Project Gotham Racing 3, Counter-Strike Source, and new and online competition, World of Warcraft.
While gaming is gaining in popularity every year, at this point in time it seems clear that TV just is not ready for mass gaming content. But that's fine. Machinima Incorporated is probably better off on the internet anyway. They can get away with almost anything.
Alright, what's up, IGD crew? You know how it's going today.
I have some exclusive photos of the block-headed dude from Minecraft blowing a guy in an alley.
Whoa, now that's hot. That's what I'm talking about.
I got one. Guy in the Midwest injures himself trying to play Madden with Kinect.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Like that's even a story. I have exclusive pictures of Master Chief from Halo blowing a dude in an alley.
Again, a lot of action in the alley. These pictures, were they submitted, like you got sources or something?
So how does Machinima Incorporated expand? They've created a handful of successful YouTube channels and are utilizing social media like Twitter and Facebook effectively to build a dedicated fan base. What else can they do? Well, that's a question I have no answer or guess for. Regardless, Machinima Incorporated seems to be doing everything right and is slowly growing. While their dependence on YouTube may be a negative, as the site could technically go down for no reason, under the ownership of the Google powerhouse, they have little to worry about. It's crazy to think that maybe had it not been for Doom, Quake, or Hugh Hancock, there might be no Machinima Incorporated. Or at the very least, it wouldn't be called Machinima. You would have never discovered your favorite Machinima director. Heck, they might have never made their first video. Yeah, maybe your eyesight wouldn't be so messed up from watching videos all day, but then you would have never seen an episode of Sanity Not Included, or found that super elite nade spot in Call of Duty. I've been a fan of Machinima Incorporated for quite some time, and I'm amazed at what they've turned into in just a few years. As they continue to grow, maybe their new fans will get a chance to see this, and be just as amazed at how far they've come since this little video documentary. Thanks for watching.